sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Sanchez ready to go, and we are underway from Lucas Oil Stadium. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Orchestrating the offense will be the top pick in the 2018 draft, and that's Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. On 3rd down, Mayfield. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive will start with an option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jackson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He got 29 yards that time.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
From the 10, 1st and goal.
Mayfield looks to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. A gain of 7 that time, 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Taylor, well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Eddie Pinheiro on now. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0 there.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let it put some points on the board.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
The quick feet by Jackson.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a 1st down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Jackson running again.
6 yards there on the keeper at second down. Nothing after one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Open man is Duvernay. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Mayfield off the play fake.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Mayfield on first down. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield now. His throw incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
On the draw is Taylor.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. To throw, Mayfield. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball, so they can snap it and get back to work. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing is Jackson.
That's taken in by Duvernay. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his right.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. On 3rd down, Jackson got his tight end. That's complete. That's Andrews. Touchdown. Mark Andrews. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
Mayfield's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Defense.
What's up, man?
And they'll accept that penalty.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit.
Back to it after the pick six. Mayfield.
He'll get that one to Taylor complete.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now Mayfield.
And this one's incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Mayfield. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. With the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
From the 31, Mayfield. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First down, Mayfield. And a throw for Pittman is intercepted. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the second half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. From the gun, it's Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he'll find Pittman. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal.
Now Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 2nd and goal from the 1. Mayfield to throw it. Eluding the pressure right.
And this one too low.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mayfield with it once more. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mo Alley Cox from a yard out.
And the Colts get a bit closer. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A 3rd quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Mayfield on play action.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Mayfield looks to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 35.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 28. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield.
Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley Cox, complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens will take over possession here up at the 44.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Baltimore, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And another road date awaits them next week as their opponents will be the Los Angeles Chargers. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.